Before I start, I would like to tell you that we have yearly reports for XRP and Solana and more. You can check them on my Gumroad. For XRP, we have a special launch price and you are welcome to see them if you are interested because we see nice developments, especially for these two in regards to ETFs. So it might be worthwhile to have a look. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, astrologer, and welcome to this update for the last week in March. I would go for 8 days between March 24th and March 31st. And the main event of this week is the solar eclipse, which will take place on March 29th. And again, I talk about the UTC time zone. As a friendly reminder, please take into account that the astrology of the previous weekend, I refer to the 22nd and 23rd of March, is still relevant for Monday, especially if we don't have transaction volume during the weekend. So that being said, I would like to go into details and it is about the global astrology. As always, I want to make an introduction about it and I would like then to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins and XAU in detail with subscribers. So let's go and cover this interesting week in March. Actually, the last days of March are pretty important, so stay tuned for that. And there are big shifts in energy, and we talk about secular trends here. So I will have additional videos on those. I would like also to say that the solar eclipse is treated in another video, so I will link it as well so that you see this in detail if you are interested. So let's go into the week. On the 24th, actually, the global astrology has a very bullish aspect, and it is the Sun-Mercury conjunction. So it's a Kazimi that usually brings local tops, and it is pretty green in the horoscope as well. So let's see what we have from the 23rd and 22nd possibly. And in any case, we have a build up of energy on Monday, and this can also manifest on Tuesday partially. On Tuesday, we do have a positive influence as well. It's less strong. It's a Mercury-Pluto sextile, which will bring news about trading, good news, and about regulation and big money. So it could be that we get another news regarding the ETFs. You know, there are good perspectives for Solana. Also XRP is in the limelight. So something in that area. They could be also related to Bitcoin, but this is global. So it's about the global astrology and the markets as such in general. So it will be a good day, basically, that is announced by this astrological influence for the markets. In the middle of the week, on Wednesday, the energy changes. I refer here to March 26th on the UTC time zone. And this is a bearish energy and also volatile. We had it before. It's a Mars square Chiron. And Mars is still out of bounds, and Chiron is the wounded healer. Usually this aspect would bring a retest of previous levels, and it will drop and this is really an influence that we can use in order to see what we can buy, for example, because this will affect in general markets, but it's not such a long-term aspect. The problem with it is that Mars is still out of bounds, so it's quite strong, and this could really bring a significant temporary drop. Whatever this is, have caution on the day, and stop loss is highly recommended actually at all times, but especially on Wednesday. Then on Thursday we do have also again a global astrological event, which is very positive. It's a Venus-Neptune conjunction, and it is about having a lot of hope and dreams for cryptocurrency. It could be again good news that are really fueling the price action in this regard. Also for currencies, it's a good news. Currencies in general, I refer to fiat because it's Venus, and in conjunction with Neptune, this will bring enthusiasm, hope, and a good mood in the market, at least temporarily. So after the drop that we had the day before, we will see some recovery because something else changes. So again, it is quite volatile this week as well. And then we do get a break from the global astrology for the next days. I refer to Friday and to Saturday, and Sunday on the weekend we do have another bullish aspect, which is very good for trading. It's about good news, and again it has this optimistic influence from Neptune. So this time we have a Mercury-Neptune conjunction, which is also very positively influencing the markets in general. So all these are valid for the global astrology, for all the markets, including the stock market and indexes, and also stocks as a whole. So this is only half of the story. Of course, the horoscope of Bitcoin and of other altcoins will matter in order to see what happens with them, and we will talk about them in a minute. But before I go, I wanted to mention big secular trends that are formed now through astrology, shifts in energy, and this is basically, there are two events, so again a very complex landscape in the end, and the first one is, let's start with the shorter time frame. It's about a transit that we have in the sidereal zodiac. On the 28th of March, we do have the ingress, so it's entering, Saturn enters Pisces, the sidereal sign of Pisces. In tropical it is there already. So you will see some restrictions, some structure, some things that are really put into place. I will link that video. I will release it actually in the future. Have a bit of patience with it. And I want to mention also the fact that we have the other more secular trend, so to speak, that is active for the next 14 years, and it is Neptune in the tropical sign of Aries, which will bring societal changes, and Neptune is also about our dreams and imagination, so we will be very individualistic, I would say, and here you will also have details in a separate video, so watch it if you are interested. Now, these two long-term for Bitcoin are pretty good, I would say. There are positive transits in regards to the position towards the ascendant, which is favorable, and we can look forward to protection, at least from other influences that are negative. So long term, it's a good support that we do have from the stars here. I would like to go now into detail details with the subscribers for Bitcoin and Ethereum and the other altcoins and XAU. I want to thank you for your attention, for your time, and I am very grateful for the liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel. Thank you. My dear Patreon and Telegram members, welcome to this weekly update for the last week of March from the 24th to the 31st. And I would like to say that we expect a lot of events, so to speak, because we do have the eclipse and we have also important ingresses like you already heard in the introduction of Neptune and Saturn. So it is a big shift in energy that we can expect. Still, I think the overall direction roughly would be up, and I would expect a sort of local top around the end of the month, or maybe even in April, in the first part of April. And we do have also the beginning of the week very strong. So if we have a big pump on the 21st, 24th or 25th, it could be a bit delayed, then it is worthwhile to have good risk management and to cash in partially. Depends, of course, on your amount, your goals, and so on. But just want to say that it's also a very strong day this Monday, astrologically Monday, Tuesday. I refer again to the UTC time zone. So now I would like to go into the details and to explore Bitcoin. We do have the last week here that is quite green. We didn't see this in a while, at least, and 24th, like I mentioned, is very strong. Be aware that we do have also some remaining aspects from the weekend, but it should be overall pretty green. It depends how much it happens also this weekend. I filmed this on the 20th of March, so it's before. And 25th, yes, it will be a slowdown. We might have also a more significant, sharp, but I would say short-lived dump. And I would like to say that, yes, I do have the financial calendar cheat sheet attached to this entry for Patreon, and I will put it in Telegram as well for the new members to have a handy reference for the notation. So this is activation of the horoscope. This is high intensity, you see. Then we will have a slowdown, but it's not a disaster because we do have also positive aspects here on the 25th. On the 26th, we do have the cloud. So we have the Mars square Chiron, which could be intense, but we do have also recovery and plenty of positive energy for Bitcoin. So we will see how this manifests. Of course, here the whole table helps with the hourly aspects, but in general, we can have a dump that is short-lived and then a recovery, or we can have a move upwards only, but it will not be so strong. So this is another possibility. On the 27th, it's gray. We do not have any aspects for Bitcoin on the day, but we have a good weather in the sky, as you know. And the end of the week, as the eclipse approaches, we have some volatility on the 28th. As you can see, it's a mixed day, but we also have the red Bitcoin fire, which means that we can have a dump during the day. And yes, it can be strong because the energy will be very strong just before the eclipse. And the eclipse is on the 29th. And this is during the weekend, so we don't know how much we will actually see on the day. You have the video video in detail for the eclipse, but in any case, this will happen on Monday as well. So the eclipse actually has a influence of even 1 year for a solar eclipse, so it's not valid only on that day. We do have neutral aspects on the day, therefore I don't put it. It's the big black is the eclipse, so this is the significance of it. Just to highlight it, I will not really use it very often, therefore I don't put it in the table, but this is the eclipse day. It's a new moon, it's a solar eclipse, and we do have also a bright moon crescent, which means that during the day we will have movement upwards for Bitcoin. And also the weekend, I would say it's quite good. Yeah, so you see on the 30th, it's also a green. It's at day level. It is also low intensity, but it's there with a bright sun. So this will go into the next week. And the 31st is neutral for Bitcoin. And it's also neutral in terms of day level global astrology. And this is basically this means that it will be shaped by the aspect of the last day, you know, the last aspects, especially if we have them late in the day here. For the timing, there is the BTC hour by hour if you are interested to that degree of detail. And basically the hourly aspects will be important on the 31st. So this is what I wanted to share, and I would like to go now into Ethereum. Ethereum. Usually we get this sync with BTC. I think you are aware of that, and we don't really see a big difference, but yes, I don't see it so strong because of the red moon crescents during the day. Still, we do have very positive influences on the 23rd, so the weekend, this is big. This means this is active actually months to go, but they will be strong the whole week. On the 27th also, you see the big green. So these are influences that will help Ethereum recover, because this is what we talk about right now. It's about recovery, especially for ETH, and we can expect more movement, I would say, in the second part of the week, because the first part you see, so we have neutral days, but the hourly aspects are not so favorable, and these are for the Ethereum horoscope, the red moon crescents that you see, which means drops during the day. And on the 26th we still have, because it's impossible, you know, with crypto not to have them, but then 27th looks pretty good. So I would say that from the 26th we will get an improvement in the price action after a possible local dump here, because we have this fire energy, which is this sudden drop which can happen, and it's also difficult to predict. It's in the global astrology, and this can also, you know, trigger, if it triggers something for Bitcoin, for sure it will disturb the other cryptocurrencies as well. So be aware of this day, it's more volatile in nature. And the last part of the week, it's pretty strong. On the eclipse day, we do not have a specific aspect in the horoscope. As you can see, it's a neutral day, but it will be influenced, of course, by Bitcoin and the hourly aspects during those days. This is what we can say for the eclipse actually, and otherwise it will go up also here. Yes, we will have slight corrections during the day, and in general I expect that it will climb until the beginning of April even, but we will talk about this in the next update. Now I would like to talk a bit about the blue chip altcoins. From the blue chips, I see Dogecoin that would be pretty good. I mean, it's pretty smooth. I look here when I talk about them at hourly aspects as well, a bit just to give you some guideline on the details as well. And it looks smoother, to be honest, and it's more bullish, but before the eclipse, so I would say from the beginning until the 28th of March UTC. And others which can can do well, even, you know, again, with the same caveat that the eclipse is not so favorable for them, is Solana and XRP. You know, there are news about them, but they are volatile. So during the days, they will have ups and downs and fire energy in their own horoscope, so to speak. So you can expect volatility, but because of the news and maybe we can see really a big uplift, even if it corrects, and it can be worthwhile. So have a look at the TA. I recommend also the lower time frames like the hourly chart. Now I would like to go into XAU. The gold and silver index. We know where gold is. It is all-time high, and it is really at a record level, showing really this lack of risk appetite for investors searching for a safe haven, taking into account all the geopolitical situation in the world. And we do have here a positive week, also in the beginning of the week, as you can see. So here it's synchronized well with crypto, with some hiccup in the mid, and the eclipse looks also positive. So please see the green day level aspects, which are really specific to the XAU horoscope. And then the weekend is neutral, but we do have positive influences in the sky also on the 31st, on the next Monday. So overall, a good week. I would say eclipse is also good. The start of the week is stronger, and in the mid, we might get a slowdown or a bit of correction, so to speak. Some closing thoughts I would like to share with you are regarding the possible drops. Some of you ask about a big drop. Will 70K really happen? Or at least this is what the target is. And it is hard for me to really say it at the moment. I can only say that I see this peak on the 2nd, 3rd with the Rahu-Venus conjunction. And it's a local peak again. So March 24th, worthwhile to check. It's very strong astrologically, but I don't know the volume. You know, this is something we cannot predict with astrology. But if it moves really and you make profit, it's good, you know, to take some, I would say, because then it looks positive, but mid of the week we have this Chiron influence with Mars, which is out of bounds. So if Mars wouldn't be out of bounds, I wouldn't be so worried about it, but it is. So we might expect here some problems. It's also, Mars is also very close to this Yoga Tara, so the most important star in the Punarvasu nakshatra in the modern astronomy, Castor and Pollux. So it's between these stars actually. So it's quite an enhanced energy, very powerful. Therefore, and it has a mixed nature, because one of the stars is positive, the other is negative. So it's like quite rough. We can have a rough price action on the 26th. It's possible. I can't guarantee it. We have also this surrounded by positive aspects. The aspect from the last week, actually the week when I filmed it, so on the 18th, it was 2 days ago. This is very long term. So it is protection. We have protection here. But now temporarily, I think we will not be able to avoid the dump on the 26th. So just be more cautious on the day. Then again up. We go into the eclipse. The eclipse energy is pretty strong. It doesn't trigger the horoscope on the day, as you know, but the surrounding days are pretty green, and we have good astrology globally, so to speak, as you see from the weather calendar. So logically, we know that tariffs influence a lot. So it's an indirect influence. I cannot see the tariffs in the BTC horoscope, as you can imagine, but logically they will be implemented according to the current schedule in April, in the beginning of April. So therefore, I do have a drop in the beginning. So after this conjunction, also the astrology shows less, but I don't see a free fall, so to speak, because it will trade maybe in a corridor. So it will be up and down like it was for several months in 2024. If you recall, at the end of the month, before we got, the election season, and it went up like crazy very suddenly. So I think we will have a period of consolidation in a bigger corridor. This is what I see for April, and this is also conveyed in the artifacts, the ones that have all the artifacts. Also my new research method, I think you see that. But in any case, to be on the safe side, and if you are in profit, you see how it is. A peak will not last, and this is still valid nowadays with no rate cuts currently, and please take that into account. So it is up to you, of course, to make your own decision. And after the eclipse, we have this strong conjunction, which is 2nd, 3rd of April, actually, and this is also very powerful. So it's another top, but I don't know if you want to wait. So this is up to you to decide. This is what I wanted to share. To be honest, the strongest energy astrologically, if I would need to choose between all these, it's on the 24th. Now, how much it can develop, it is a matter of transaction volume and what happens, because you see it's crazy with crypto. We get people liquidated who have trades of hundreds of millions. Everything can happen, and just be aware that it's a strong day. Thank you again for your loyalty, for your support. I am very grateful for that, for your time and attention for this video, and I wish you a very successful week. See you.